Welcome, everybody. Welcome back to episode 9 of Surrender at 5 podcast. This episode, I'm really hyped for because I think I had asked Pokemon Attica maybe 6 weeks ago, 7 weeks ago. I don't know when it was, but we had planned it out for October, and then I got sick, and things had happened, and life happens, and I really am glad that Pokemon Attica is as a lifer. She understands life. If anybody I've met and seen on Twitch and streams, she is one down-to-earth person, streamer, and bomb-ass Unite player. Yes, Pokemon Attica, we cuss on the show, but I'll try to keep it clean the best I
it's
can.
Totally fine.
Totally fine? All right, cool. But yes, I want to introduce Pokemon Attica to the show. Welcome. How you doing tonight?
Thank you so much for the welcome. I appreciate you. I'm super excited to be here, especially since we had to postpone an extra week. I feel like that just kept the suspense going. So nowhere else that I'd rather be right now. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. I'm really excited. First of all, when I first came across your stream, I believe over the summer, what really caught me, and excuse my squeaky chair, we'll get that out. We'll edit it out in our podcast. I don't edit.
Super squeaky too.
Okay, cool. What I really enjoyed was your layout. It was such a cool setup, and the lights, not just lights in your room, but on the stream and everything combined. When I clicked it, I was just like drawn in, and I was just like, oh my God, like what is this? What's going on here? And then you got the visuals, and then I'm hearing you talking, things you guys are talking about, and the way that you engage the crowd and your personality. And there are times where I have these pockets of energy where I can go, and then I'm just kind of dead. But like watching you stream, it just feels like no matter what, like you are geared and you're always ready to have conversation. And like that's one of my favorite things about popping your stream on at nighttime. So thank you once again for coming on the podcast. I really appreciate it.
Oh, of course. And thank you for the kind words. My God, you're going to start out this podcast by making me blush. What the heck?
Hey, so what I try to do, when the guests come on, I try to let them know, like, I'm not just a guy doing podcasts, like, hey, come on my show to give me clout. Like, no, like, I've spent time in said streams or said videos on YouTube, really enjoying said person's content or people's content. And I really just want to let them know when they come on the show. I did it for Bloomer, did it to Jess, did it to Zoinks. I think I had them in tears. They were just like, man, Mike, you about to make me cry, man.
It's like, this is too much. Got us blushing and crying, and we're like, hold on, we got to fix our makeup. Hold on.
I got to fix our makeup. Oh, snap.
Right.
So real quick, before we get into the hard-hitting questions, I got to know this one.
Absolutely.
How did you create your username?
Ooh. Okay. So, my username throughout games throughout my entire life has always been Kevlar, but Kevlar is obviously something it gets taken like this. So for instance, when Pokemon Go came out, I was like one of the first people to download it. I was on it like the moment it was available. Kevlar was already taken. So I was like, all right. Where I got it, I don't know how many of you guys have seen Donnie Darko, but it was one of my favorite movies growing up. And there was a professor in the movie that basically said the most beautiful words in the English language is the combination of cellar door. And I don't know why. Maybe it was because I was in high school and I was a little emo kid, but I'm like, ooh, I love that cellar door. So I'm like, well, I don't want to do cellar because that's weird. I don't want to do cellar door because that's like too on the nose. So I'm like, the attic's kind of cool too, right? So I played off of that. And then there's a prison riot. So if you guys watch Attica, it's actually a movie about a prison riot that actually happened. So Prison Riot, kind of spicy. I like it.
Okay.
So I'm like, okay, Attica's kind of cool. And apparently it's a place in Greece. I didn't even know that until I started streaming. Somebody came in, they're like, hey, Attica's like right next to me. I'm like, no, I'm not. And they're like, no, it's a place. I'm like, you're next to the prison? And they're like, no. I'm like, ah. That's the story.
That is really, I never thought about that. Excuse me. Like I said before, recovering from a cold. Wow, that is a place in Greece. Thank you. And the attic is opposite the basement. That's cool too. So I see where you're going there. And it's a movie. I gotta check this out. I didn't know that at all.
It's really good. It's kind of like cult classic good. So it's not like a masterpiece that won all of the awards or anything. But if you like kind of the weirder movies, kind of the darker movies, Donnie Darko, well, Chef's Kiss, it's beautiful. It explains most of my personality.
So
it explains Corpse Husband's profile picture.
Oh, got you. Hey, I might be off. So when you say cult classic, is it kind of like in the same space as this movie called The Crow? Are you familiar with that?
Yes. Oh. Yeah, so it's not on the exact same level, but the people who watched The Crow usually have seen Donnie Darko. No, I haven't seen The Crow. I'm griefing. And it sounds like you haven't seen Donnie Darko.
We're on the other
side.
So
you're griefing.
High five. All right.
Yep, high five.
Boom. I'm griefing. Oh my god. Don't tell anybody. We gotta delete this video. No, I'm just kidding. I gotta watch that
Right?
movie.
We
then.
gotta start over. This is a mess. We gotta go.
We gotta start over. All right.
We'll be
Run it
back once
back.
we've watched the
You know
movies, guys.
I get the sound effect for that one. Let's run it back. All right, cool. All right. It's that cut tape one. All right. So now that I know, I've always wanted to know, but I was like, you know what? It might be a crazy story. I'm not sure, but you know what? I like those examples. Thank you for telling us that. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for asking. Shoot, I never really get to talk about it. I'm just like, you know.
On an old show I was on, that was one of the questions that was kind of like low key, one of the audience's favorite when we would ask the guests coming on how they made their username. For me, it was just a question, but over time I found out people liked it, so I was like, oh, let me build it up. Let me like really get in there and make sure we pull back the curtain and people can know
It's
how
a
the
fun
name came to
one.
be.
I would be
Most
all about
definitely.
it too. I'm always like, oh, how did you get yours?
Yeah. Yeah, so I wanted to ask next, when did you start streaming on Twitch?
So this is kind of wild. I'm actually coming up on my 1 year stream anniversary. I started streaming on November 8th. It was my birthday present to myself, weirdly. And I can't remember when I added Twitch to the rotation. I know it wasn't right away because I started on Trovo.
Mm-hmm.
But I moved pretty quickly to cross streaming to Twitch as well. And I think that was like a month later. So I think that was sometime in December I started on Twitch. Maybe it was January. Godly would actually know. So he popped up in chat and said that.
Hey,
So it
appreciate
might
it,
have been
Godly.
January that I moved on Twitch, right? I'm like, I don't know this answer. But I did
Yes.
start streaming like as far as overall this time around on November 8th.
Excellent. Love to hear that. For those listening at home, we have Pokemon Attica on the podcast, and her community is here in Twitch chat with us. So you will hear us, talking back with Twitch chat and answering them and hanging out with them too, because we love the Attica viewers. I'm one of them. Subscribed, hanging out. If I'm not subscribed, I will get subscribed. I can't just say to not do it, right?
Good
That's
stuff.
crazy.
You don't have to.
Oh no, we definitely got that because you have some cool emotes. What I do want to know, because I know you're Lucario, you're famous for Lucario, but let's go back a little bit earlier. I want to know, what was your first Pokemon game and what was your starter? Now this might start some fires, or it might not. Oh, we gotta do follower alert. Hold on. Let's see.
We get
Hey, Man June Alt, thank you for the follow. Welcome. We have Pokemon Attica on the podcast today. So we're asking Attica, what was her first Pokemon game and what was her starter?
Yes, and hi June. Good to see you. My first Pokemon game, and Mike, this is going to out me as being the exact same age as you are. It was Pokemon Red. So
Let's go, Pokemon Red, baby.
Right?
Love it.
Yes.
Let's
so
go.
I saw the commercial when I was a wee lass and saw Charizard get on that stupid bus, and I was like, that is my life. Like I was a dragon obsessed girl all over the place. So of course, my very favorite Pokemon in the whole wide world is my Charmander.
There it is.
So,
Let's go right there.
We got the little lad right here. And yeah, it just kind of stuck with me the whole time. I still haven't found a Pokemon that I like more than Charmander, but I really sucked at Charizard when Unite came out. So obviously, little lad never became my main, ever.
Yo, shout out to we got Matt Duh, shout out to Dre Built Different, shout out to Bloomer for the win. All my boys, we love Charizard, you know what I'm saying? He's not my main in Unite, but I love Charizard. OG, man. That was the first one I had, Pokemon Red, that big Charizard in the box.
Yes,
it was the first one I was
yes,
drawing
it
in
was
6th
so
grade, trying to
good.
be cool. It was the first shiny card that I had. I had no idea how crazy this game would get in life, and I wish I still had it.
Same. I traded it to a friend. He's like, I'll give you my shining Venusaur. And I'm like, but I really like my Charizard. He's like, but I really like your Charizard. And I was really nice. And I hate myself for being really nice. It's toxic.
Yo, it's crazy how many little small red binders that look like
Mhm.
Pokedexes were floating around my middle school, and how many kids had
Yes.
Charizards, and they would trade it for, I don't know why this is a
Everything.
combination, for everything, first of all, and then they would trade it for Blastoise and Vileplume, the shinies. I never
Yep.
understood that. It was like, this one's
Me
worth
neither.
2. And as a kid, I was like, yeah, but now as an adult, I'm like, yo, no, keep the one that's worth the 2.
Right. That one's worth all of them at this point. And
Yeah.
we all traded it away like idiots.
So
And
stupid.
right. And my friend doesn't even have that card anymore. I hit him up. I'm like, buddy, how you doing with my Charizard?
What-
He's
what
like, I can't find it. And I'm like,
Oh man. Nah, you need that J. Cole sound alert. Like, I'm gonna need my shirt back. That Charizard, like, I'm gonna need that back. Let me
Right?
get that back.
That
Man,
was
we
my
could have been
segue. That's
rich.
why I asked him. I was like, "You still got my Charizard, bro?" And he's like, "No, I won't be
Damn.
able to find it." I'm like, "I hate you." But it was, I mean, it was chewed up. It was definitely owned by a bunch of children before I got it, and then I
Yeah.
owned it, and I wasn't kind to it. So it was probably worth like $20. Like it may have still had a Charizard on it. Maybe
Was
not.
you at lunch playing Pokemon, slamming it on the table? Hiya, let's go.
Right. Okay. I cannot be the only one that never learned how to play Pokemon though, the cards.
Oh, I honestly didn't learn until I was like in high school playing other card games.
Yes.
And then I learned like, oh, that's how you're supposed to play? Because that wasn't happening in middle school. I was thinking all the biggest and best ones I had is putting them all out and be like, well, this beats that and this beats that. And you can't tell me because I got my
Exactly.
Game Boy right here in my pocket and I can show you all the stats. I was such a nerd. Let me stop. I'm out
The
myself,
same
but
thing, no, I'm like, Charizard beats your Venusaur because it's fire, and that's how we played.
right? Yeah, this type beats that type. It's a wrap. Yep.
Exactly.
I love the old school rules. Really cool. So yes, that was the start of our adventures. So in about 15 days, I think it's a midnight release. I hope so. Fingers crossed. 15 days, we have the next generation coming out. Holy crap. Generation
excited.
9.
So
Scarlet
excited.
and Violet. I'm so excited. So I want to ask if you've decided yet, because you don't have to decide just yet. I guess everyone has up till the game comes out. If you decide what starter you'll pick and which game you're going to purchase.
I have a plushie problem. This little lad just came in today. So there's my starter right here, the little Coco. We're sticking with the fire starters. We're on brand. So this is my little lad. And definitely going
Coco.
with Violet because purple's my favorite color. So it turned out that Violet has some of the cooler Pokemon in there, but I do like Koraidon more than I like Miraidon, which is kind of unfortunate to say because everybody's like, he looks funny running on all fours. I'm like, I love that. Give me the Pokemon that's running around.
Yeah.
But you know what? We'll have the purple one. It's fine either way. But
That's why I
little,
picked it.
Little dude.
Once I saw the animations, one rides like a cool, smooth
Right?
jet, just shh. And the other one was like, doo-doop, doo-doop, doo-doop. I was like, let me
I
get that
love
one.
that.
Because
Yeah,
we're all going
let
to
me
make fun
get
of
the
that
dude.
guy. Let me take care of that guy.
Nope, I'm with you. I definitely want the one that's doo 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 doo. It looks
Yeah.
cool. I like it.
Should be riding, but he's just running along. It's okay.
Exactly.
So, me, Madar, and Noble One, Unite players, streamers, we are starting a Scarlet Violet podcast. Simple name. It's going to be called Paldea Podcast. And when we get that going, I would love to get you on the show. Oh, we got another follower. Who do we got here? Kaz Raya, thank you for following the channel and joining the podcast. We have Pokemon Attica here, episode 9 of Surrender at 5. So we'll be starting a Scarlet Violet podcast. And we were talking in our Discord, we just started to, get momentum building and getting to the first episode and discussing show ideas. Noble has suggested each of us, one of his many great suggestions was each of us take a starter. And then through that, we could have that, be our starter and then talk about it as we go through the game and our adventures. So I selected Sprigatito because I think Sprigs looks really cool and I have my fingers crossed. Yeah, it starts off right. Starts off
so
real cute, unassuming, nice pale green cat. You can pet it. It's cool. And I'm just hoping this final evolution is going to be so cool. If it's not, I got to own it because you know what? Sprigs is cool, man.
Same. Even if Fuecoco turns into something just absolutely horrific and I'm just like, it's my little dude. That's my buddy. Like,
for real.
He may not look super cool, but it's what's inside that counts. And
When
inside is a bunch of derp.
Bunch of derp. When they first showed the image for Fuecoco, I was like, that looks awesome. That one, what's the pig one? Lechonk? Oh, yeah.
Lechonk, yes!
I want a Lechonk. Yo, this game, 15 days, it's going to be so cool.
Olive is my spirit animal. Like, that's me internally. It's a little screaming Olive, just like,
Mm-hmm. And I know folks are talking about, Unite numbers might dip because Scarlet Violet's coming out. It's going to happen, but not, for me, it's not negative. And I think Unite could, keep their gamer hours up if they were to release some characters from this new game. I thought they were going to do it when Pokemon Legends of Arceus came out. I was like, imagine they drop Cleavor or this one or that one. And just cricket. And I was like, oh.
Right?
Okay,
Could
so
you
here we
imagine
are.
if Scyther had been a 3 evolution tree? You could stay Scyther, Cleavor, or go Scizor. Like,
Talk to him.
yo, that's the opportunity right there.
Talk to him. Oh my god, that would have been
Right.
so. Yo, I don't
Would
know
have
what
been
they were
what?
doing.
Defender, Bruiser, or Speedster?
Right?
They
Genius.
didn't do
Like,
it. They didn't do it.
man, hey, they need to hire him. I say this every week on the show because we're about to get into the news portion. I like the news portion because we just basically just hop on the Unite Twitter and we just kind of go through the last few tweets that they put out.
Ooh, I love this.
And I always I kind of make fun of them and I say they should hire me as a social media manager because I used to work for many companies in the United States doing social media management, and very
What?
often they have these tweets automated that come out, but they're like 3 days late sometimes, especially when it's
Oh my god,
the
right?
events. When the event starts on the 21st and today is the 24th, like
And it comes out today and it's almost over.
yeah, like you left us 12 hours left with the note. Okay, all right, cool. So
Yeah, it's a disaster.
they want to hire me for social media. They want to hire you for ideas. Like, hey, we got them. You know what I'm saying? We definitely could do this.
I mean,
But
I'm down for you including me, but they should definitely hire you. You've got the experience.
hey, we both got the experience. We played Pokemon Red, okay? We had binders. We had
That's
cards.
true. We've
Listen,
grown up on this. We are
we
just
have.
like the Pokemon advocates. We'll just show
Like,
up and
think
be
about
like,
it.
we know everything.
How many years of our life has Pokemon been involved in it? Like, when you honestly sit back and think about
All of it.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
All
Like,
of it.
I
It's
swear,
my
since like,
personality at this point.
right. So as we slide over to the news section here, and as I do more shows in the future, I might have this back end setup where I just hit a button and I'll just switch over to the Twitter page. We'll get there, guys.
That would be
It's
super
episode
cool.
9,
Yeah.
right? That would be cool. I thought about it last week and I was like, I gotta find someone smarter than me with technology. Because because I'm a boomer, so I'm not supposed to know
We're
stuff, right?
boomers. We don't know how to do stuff. Like, we outsource this. It's fine.
Exactly. We just outsource. So 4 hours ago, 8 p.m., Zoroark now became available with Coins Unite. Let's hit the air horn real quick.
Yes.
So plebs everywhere, like we were joking before with the 14K, plebs everywhere can now purchase and play Zoroark. And it's interesting because I've seen the Unite Twitter page kind of upgrade over time. They were really basic at first, and maybe they did hire somebody less experienced
They
than me.
hired
But it's
graphic
cool.
artist, but not a marketing manager.
Right, yeah. So like I think that's what it was. They hired a graphics and they just kind of attached it to the sprinkler platform to auto post. But I'll give them some credit because it's got the visual of the pre-evolution. It's got the stats here. It shows a little picture of it. The difficulty, it gives you the abilities and the moves. I don't remember this before. Was it Clefable?
Yeah, I think
Scizor?
Fable was the first time they actually made like an infographic, and it was so nice. So
Yeah.
I was like, this is what I need. I'm used to it from Pokemon Go, so it was really nice to have that information.
Yeah, I think it's really cool. The goofy part is they posted it twice. So in both threads, you have people making fun of them. Like, exactly. Wait. What's my sound effect for the mess up?
Oh,
Exactly, yeah. So, like, they posted it twice. And then in both threads, people are making fun of them. But I had asked Sanji Monday if he had purchased, Zoroark. And I was fully expecting him to say yes. Content creator. He's top 4 NA,
Right.
Team TOS. I was like, oh, yeah, he's about to say yes. And back that in. Not that it's a problem because I understand content creators needing to do that on that level, but right away
exactly.
he's like, fuck no, dude, I'm not buying that.
That's Sanji. I love it. I love it. Out of every content creator that like has that as their complete job, that is their income, I'm like, Sanji's the one that's actually not going to buy it, and I'm so proud. I'm so proud. No judgment on anybody that did because
Oh, of
you
course.
got to pay the bills.
Mhm.
But the fact that Sanji was like, nah, I'm like, bruh.
Yeah, I was like, yo, my man, he said, nah, I ain't doing it. And respect to him. I liked having him on the show a few days ago. Shout out to Sanji
Yeah.
because looking at his platform and how everything is streamlined, he says no matter what, every day at 10 a.m. he has a video going up. And I'm looking at his YouTube, and he's like 111 subs away from 1,000. And a few
Yeah,
months
he's
ago, he
popping
was,
off.
yeah, his trajectory is just going up. So I'm like, you know what, man? Like, I like the platform. I like the path that he's on with the platform, and I kind of want to emulate that. Not kind of want to, I want
Right.
to. It's just really motivating. I had him on a show last year that I was a part of, but it didn't work out. And it was kind of the same effect. Like, once he left the show, I just felt so motivated to do stuff. I'm like, yo, talking to
Right.
Sanji, like, there's something about this guy. Like, he's freaking cool as hell. Like, he just gets
He's
it, you know?
phenomenal.
He
He
really
was
is. Like,
actually one of the players that I learned Lucario from. So between him and
mm,
Lutano, I would just watch their streams all day and I'm like, oh my God, like
yo,
that's
for
the
real.
tech. So now everything he does, I'm like, I can learn everything from you.
Seriously, yeah. And real quick, shout out to everybody in chat. I appreciate you guys hanging out on Twitch chat. Feel free to chat it up. Appreciate y'all, man. For real, we love it. We love having you guys here. So yeah, back to this Twitter page, our news section. What else we got here? They also had a Halloween event a couple days ago. I know we're now in November. I saw some of his outfits in the shop, and for me personally, I still see, well, not me personally, everybody can see, but I've been playing since the minute this game came out. I still see the outfits from day one in the shop. A lot of the hats and gloves and socks and shoes. So like, I just don't really get too excited when they drop new stuff or new outfits, because a lot of it sometimes.
Wait. The
Yeah.
Zubat hoodie. It's like emo kid, but you can buy it and become an emo kid. Like this speaks to me on a very deep level.
Okay. All right. You know what? You got me. Because also on the Halloween event in the background, you can see Crobats.
Crobat, right?
So when I seen the Zubat, I almost said helmet. When I seen the Zubat hoodie and then the Crobat in the background, I was like, oh, wait a second, let's put these together. Wait a second. Are they
so subtle, huh? I'm excited.
Is something gonna come soon? I was like, yo, this could be cool if Crobat comes out of nowhere. That'd be sweet. That'd be awesome.
They have to at this point. I think that's how they hinted at Trevenant, wasn't it? It was the Halloween background, and then all of a sudden Trevenant came out well after Halloween. So I feel like they're gonna do the Crobat treatment here. One of my very favorite Pokemon.
Yeah, I think Trevenant was like in the background, but they released Greedent, and I was like,
right?
This isn't scary until you queue into it.
He's terrifying.
Yeah. He's cute. He's got big cheeks, and then nope, he just runs all over the map, and you can't catch him.
Yeah, then he just burps on you, and you just die. That is the first time I quit playing ranked, by the way. When I got like one shot by a burp, I'm like, I'm done.
Yo,
like, I'll play once they've nerfed you.
Yo, I honestly forgot about that period of time. The belch, when it would just like here's your life bar, and then belch, burp, boom.
Right.
I was like, what? I'm like, hey, yo, get that hot ass breath off me. Hold on.
Right, and he was too fast, so you couldn't run away. That was when you weren't trying to catch Greedent. You were trying to run from Greedent.
Yeah.
And that fool would do Zapdos in like 3 seconds. I'm like,
and
first of all,
spin
what
around
the hell?
And then boom, belch, and it's just over. And it's like, what the hell is this thing? How do we fight against this? I wasn't prepared. Like, I don't know what to do.
I don't think any of us were ready for that kind of content. We're like, huh?
When Greedy came out, I was just like, I was like, looking at the character, and I'm like, I don't think I'll ever play that. And you know what's funny? In the past 3 months, I've been playing it, and it's actually kind of fun. I enjoy it.
It looks fun. I don't think I have a single game on Greedent, actually.
I don't blame you.
Maybe one.
I don't blame you.
I may have been held at gunpoint by my chat to play Greedent once, but
yeah,
I don't remember.
Because honestly, that's what it was. Somebody kept submitting the channel point redemption, play Greedent, pick the Pokemon, and it was Greedent. And I was like, oh my god, if I have to play this freaking character, all right, let me look it up. Looked up some guides, some builds before emblems. It was before emblems, so I lied. And then I was like, you know what?
Those days.
Oh man, we should make that a segment. Before emblems, and hit the sound effect where it's just all magical and beautiful, like
BE. Where you could just be. There's the tagline right there.
Where you could just be, for real.
Yeah, exactly. You just play.
Because now you got emblems. You can really stack some emblems where it really stacks your attacks, your attack stat or your special attack. Me personally, I love doing HP because I really can see it in the beginning of the match. Bunch of HP.
That's true.
With the 6 white emblems. Oh yeah. But yeah, Greedent's a monster. Still a monster.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so as I scroll through the rest of this Unite Twitter, it's just kind of mid. There's nothing really exciting happening. I think everybody kind of exhausted themselves when it came to Zoroark. I think everybody kind of let loose. I did notice they have these graphics now, or a GIF, please don't hate me, where they're promoting
the GIF.
Well, you know what? The guy who created it said that you can say it both ways.
He's been canceled. No. He's been full canceled for saying that.
Oh, the inventor.
Is GIF or get out?
Okay, GIF. I'm sorry.
I will die on this hill. I don't think you understand.
I'm a boomer. I forgot what he had said. Okay, so I was kidding. It's a GIF. It's a GIF. But one thing they did was like, show the items you could use on Snorlax that they suggest. So we got weakness
That was
policy,
really cool too. Yeah.
right? Yeah, the sliding one, the visual is pretty cool. Aeos
Right.
Cookie, Buddy Barrier, Score Shield, Focus Band. I love Score Shield, first of all. Ever since this new map came,
Big time.
like I've never been a person to follow trends or what people say. Not to sound like that petty jerk who's like, oh, he never listens, but I don't. But I just love Score Shield ever since this map came out because there are some characters where, to me, like they're just like too big and bulky, and my endurance is huge, and I have emblems, and I have 6 white emblems, and we're just big and bulky now. And we're just gonna score on you. Like I've had 4 people attacking me when I'm Snorlax, and I still scored without the Rayquaza shield, and it feels so cool. I don't know.
That's not legal. That's like the old Crustle days where you'd run up and ult with 50 points right at like the end of the game and just score anyways. And you're just like, the whole team is hitting this lasagna crab. Shout out to Pocketot for lasagna crab. You just can't kill him. I lost so many games to that. And now I'm losing games to stupid score shields. I'm like, oh, I'm going to interrupt this as I'm flying through the air and I land on him and I'm like, oh, there's a bubble and I'm just hitting it. And I'm like, this is over. I'm like, this is a disaster.
For the first 3 months, my claim to fame was playing Crustle, and I was well liked in the early. No, wait. I was well liked in the early community because I was known for being the Crustle who would actually go to team fights. I was at team fights.
Okay, I
would rotate.
I
I would use my ultimate to stun the opponents, shake
Okay.
them up, throw some stealth rocks. When they try to run, put the rock tomb behind them. I was a team player Crustle. Crustle is still like my second highest played. I don't have like 1,000 count games with any characters because I get bored sometimes and I switch characters. So I got a bunch of characters with like hundreds of games. But Crustle,
yes,
I haven't played it in
that.
5 months and it's still my second highest played.
Oh
I
my
play it here
God.
and there, but I mean like consistently, like I used to
Right.
love going middle. I won so many Zapdos fights with that ultimate. I don't think people realize
That
that
ult is
stuns,
huge.
when you
Yeah, it's
stun
a
people,
huge ult.
they're stuck. So I throw in the rocks, run in, hit the ultimate, it stuns them, and because everybody was attacking Zap for so long, the stealth rocks and my ultimate combined, and it damages Zap enough to take it. I was like,
that's perfect.
I loved it. I don't know why I got bored of it, but I'm that kind of person. I don't have a main in Unite. I just kind of move around and see what's up next, you know what I'm saying? So I like
Envy
jumping
that
around.
though, because I have such a small window of characters I can play. Like I really like bruisers, obviously, and then my one mage is Glaceon because I love being able to like shoot people with icicles and walk away, like the whole cool guys don't look at explosions type thing.
One of these
that's
just kind
it.
of.
Yeah, you're just like, all right, I aimed, I'm out of here. Bye. Enjoy dying.
Peace. Yo, I love that. You would be like the coldest basketball player, shooting that 3, and you're not even gonna watch it go in. You're just gonna turn around. And
I'm just gonna know it happened. I'm gonna be
crowd
like,
goes crazy. You're just like 3, you know.
Except for I'm way too clumsy to ever be good at any sport. Let's be real.
Oh snap! Oh damn!
It's a nightmare. Although you put me in the water, like take me off of land, I'm fine. But on
Really?
land, I'm tripping over air. It's a disaster. Like it is such a nightmare.
Wait, so growing up, were you into sports, like school sports? Were you like doing swim? What were you doing growing up?
I played sports with my friends. Like we did play basketball. I was always a lot taller than my friends, so I was the goalie in soccer, which was kind of fun. But I could play forward okay. But I'm still the one that would like trip over nothing. So my clumsiness, I'm like, I don't want to play sports anymore. But then they put me in the water and they told me to play water polo, and I'm like,
Really?
bet. So that I can do. I can outswim and out water polo pretty much anybody. I mean, don't put me up against an Olympian. I will lose, obviously. But water is where I can't trip over things because I'm already in the water. It's fine.
That's pretty interesting. I don't think this might sound crazy. I don't think I've ever met anyone in person or internet that's done water polo. Like you actually played water polo? That's pretty cool.
I
Like,
did.
I've seen
I
it on
did.
TV, but that's pretty sweet.
Yeah, it was a recruitment thing though, and the team didn't like me very much because I didn't try out. I got recruited, so I very quickly quit because if your team doesn't have your back, as in Unite, where we all scream, "Where's my team?" That was kind of my life in water polo. So I'm like, okay, bye. I'm gonna go swim on my
Oh
own over here.
my
It was
goodness.
so sad. Yeah, it was definitely a "Where's my team" moment all the time.
That's
It's fine.
frustrating. Can't believe that. Not like Unite. Oh
It's
goodness.
so like Unite. It was 100% like Unite. It was 1v9 situation, and I'm just like, but they also try to drown you. And I don't know if you guys have ever seen girls water polo. There's so much violence going on under the water. Like you get out of the pool bleeding. It is not a friendly game. It is not a
What?
wholesome game. It's very much like people are getting attacked under the water because the goal or the refs can't see it. So yeah, it's a
Dang.
nightmare game. Like a nightmare. It's so much fun though.
That's messed. It's a nightmare, but it's fun. You gotta try
Yeah, it's nice.
it.
It's great.
Oh man. Yeah, I know there's this thing out there where, they say black folks can't swim. Me, fortunately, I learned when I was 7. I went to a boys camp when I was in like whatever grade it was, when I was 7, 8, 9, and 10, those 4 years. And the first summer I was there, I don't know who made this program, but they had us swim. There's an island we're on. It's called Newfound Lake. And
Wait,
they
they just
had
put you
us.
in a lake?
Yeah. The boys' camp was on a lake. Yeah.
That's how they're teaching you to swim, though. They're like, "Good luck. You're in nature now. Like, don't drown."
Oh yeah. You would think it'd be like a pool or some kind of shallow
Yeah.
water. No. We're talking like a gigantic lake in the middle of New Hampshire.
That-
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I
Yep.
guess you have to learn at that point.
Right. Yeah.
Jesus.
So go to the north side of the island. They have you jump in the water, and then you have to learn how to swim because you can't get back to the land until you go around the island. And this is literally how I learned at like the age of 7.
Dude,
So
what?
yeah,
That's
Newfound Lake. It's a real place.
oh wow.
It's a real
That's
place. I won't drop
I
the name
mean,
of the camp because I don't want to like do too
right,
much
right.
here. But like the
Don't dox
name of
yourself
the
too
lake,
much.
yeah, Newfound Lake. People want to research it extra. That means they listen to the show. That's cool. But yeah,
Exactly.
it's
Exactly.
a real camp there for boys, and they started learning to swim. Also, that's where I rode my first zip line. I'm addicted to zip lining ever since then. I would love to zip line. I'm not really into like parachuting and bungee jumping and all that crazy mess. Whoa. But zip
You draw
lining,
the line there.
you'll catch me there, man. Zip line, that's fun. Have you ever gone zip lining?
I haven't. No, like I'm so excited by the idea of this.
Oh,
Like I've
oh
always
man.
wanted to go skydiving. I've always wanted to do these things, but then you have to like get hooked up to people to do it, and I'm like,
Mm,
no, I don't want to do
mm-hmm.
that.
Right?
Ziplining seems like something I could probably do, and they'd probably just let me do it, right?
Yeah. Yeah, you could be anybody in the world.
Cool.
You can just zip. Yeah, it's awesome.
Nice.
And you're in
All right.
California, I'd imagine there'd be
Yep.
plenty of places. I'm just saying that because I'm excited for you. I'm hoping that there are.
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
Fingers
I need to go
crossed.
ziplining now.
Oh yeah. If anyone Twitch chat has zipline, let us know. Let us know.
Right?
Ziplining is pretty cool. So I guess we kind of have the answer, but I still have this question for anyone who comes on the show. But everyone who plays Unite knows you, so it's kind of obvious. But
I
what's
don't know
your?
about that. I'm not that known.
Come on, there.
I
Hey,
just show up sometime.
you just show up sometime. Right.
It's fair. It's fine.
um, this one might be obvious. Maybe you have a second, but what's your favorite Pokemon to play in Unite, and what's your second favorite?
All right. We got the second favorite in here. That's all right.
Yeah.
So my very favorite to play is obviously Eastby Lucario. I just don't feel like he is okay in this meta right now. With all the CC and all the bulky characters, especially this patch specifically, he struggles a lot, and I am not Licoding or Sanji or Lutano, where I can just be like, I don't care that everybody's tanky. Like, I'm just still gonna wipe them all off the map because I'm on another level. I am not on another level. I am on my level, and it's, I'm kind of mid tier on that character, but I love him. My second favorite is actually Garchomp, and it's the ground moves.
Really?
So you give me a dig and an earthquake, and I'm like, but I've been playing the dragon moves since the patch. Garchomp's feeling really nice for everybody that likes to play Garchomp. Go give him a
Let me
try. He's
find
still not
out.
S tier, but he's good.
Yo, you are the first person that I've heard say they like the ground moves outside of myself. Because when I read the ground moves and it told me that it would give me, if not 1, 2 ticks on my bar, and
It's huge.
if I'm not mistaken, a boost on defense and special defense. Am I wrong?
I think so. I
You
actually don't
think?
remember on that one, but I did like the fact that Earthquake is supposed to slow more now, but he just doesn't have the same utility as that Dragon Rush, just grabbing people and feeding them to your team.
Oh,
That's
okay.
the
So
only thing
since
we can't compete with.
so like I said, since I don't have a main, like I have a Cinderace at 570, I have a Crustle at
That's a lot.
374. It is a lot. You're right.
Sheesh.
But
That's awesome.
wait. Let me catch myself. Just a quick sidestep because we had Alexia G on the show. Shout out to Alexia.
I
She
love Alexia.
casually,
Shout out
right?
for sure.
Shout out for sure. She casually just stated that her Pikachu is at 7,000 games played.
I haven't even played 7,000 games. Oh my god.
That's what I said. I just
I'm
hit
so far
50.
behind.
I just hit 5,900 today. I'm still trying to catch up to her.
Wait, I'm behind you.
So
I
when
gotta
she
play
said
catch
that,
up. I'm at like 4,000. What? Help. Help.
I was like, goddamn. I was like,
Right?
let me not ever talk about most games played ever because she has 7,000 minimum on Pikachu.
Right.
But
Like, oh my god, imagine. Oh.
that's all I can do is imagine.
Oh god.
The
I clearly
Garchomp
don't
though,
play nearly enough. Oh my god, I should be
yeah,
canceled.
I thought I was playing. I was like, no, I'm not playing enough, yo.
Right.
The
Oh no.
the Dragon Rush, what I did like doing a lot. I got to do it more, I guess, since Garchomp got a little coverage, a little update. I would love to, move towards people and like just kind of wait because I love playing what Sanji taught me, the middle line. If both teams have all 4 goals,
Mm-hmm.
so pretend we all have 4, and I play that middle, right? I like waiting until 1 or 2 of them come up, knowing my teammates when I have the good games. My teammates are here.
Right.
I
Right. You
love
have teammates.
walking towards them, hitting that eject button to get behind them,
Yes.
and then dragging rushing this way. They get wiped off the map. I love that move.
100%.
That's
You
one of
have
my
just
favorite
displaced
combos.
them in like the biggest way, and
Mhm.
nobody can come back from that as
Nope.
long as you have a team. If you don't have a team, it's like 50-50.
Yeah.
But gotta have the team.
Yeah, that's
You
gotta
know
be
who
one
you'd
of my...
like though? Phil Umis is also a ground chomp.
Ooh. Phil's a ground chomp?
Phil's a ground chomp.
Ooh, okay.
I know. I think he's playing Dragon right now too, just like I'm playing Dragon right now too, but Phil's the ground chomp.
I love that.
OG.
Yo, cause I watched a lot of Phil through watching Assassin Dave.
Yes,
But I need
yes,
to
yes.
I need to watch Phil organically through Phil's streams. So I need to make sure I hop
Absolutely.
on that train. If Phil's a ground dragon, because Phil is Phil.
Because Phil is Phil.
Because Phil is Phil.
He actually
But-
got me into streaming. I used to hang out in his stream on Trovo, and that's what convinced me. I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna stream too.
Hey, you know what? I might veer off these show notes a little bit because me and you have some ties that we both took part of. I would love to just chat about because I don't know when I'll get this chance again. So
Oh, bring it on! Bring it on!
awesome. This is I'm so
You
oh my
do
God.
you, dude. I'm just
so hyped
here.
for this.
I'm
Okay.
along for the ride.
All right. So shout out to Red Love because
Yes.
when Unite first came out, I was playing and I wasn't sure if I was gonna stream it, and I'd always be in his streams, and he's the one actually because my username was different. He is actually the originator of Mike Lowry. I gotta
No
give
way.
Red Love credit for this because I was a different username, Mike something else for Hearthstone, and then he's like, "Yo, is this motherfucking Mike Lowry, my boy Mike Lowry?" He's like, "What up, Mike?" Every time I come to the stream, you know what I'm saying? It was him, Blackbeard,
I
his
love
old crew,
that.
you know what I'm saying? Rex, all of them.
Yeah. Oh, those
So
were
he's
days,
the one.
Dude.
Yeah, yep.
Yep,
he's
I
the
used
one
to
who
hang out
told
in
me-
Red Love stream all the time too.
Yeah, man, he's cool peoples. He's like,
True.
"Yo, man, if you're really trying to stream Unite and get in the community," he was like, "get on Trovo because not
Mhm.
only is Trovo starting to make moves right now, he's like they're also doing payouts when you stream Unite, when you have a
Yes.
certain number of streamers, etc., etc." So like,
Yep.
shout out to Red Love for hooking me up with the username Lowry, but secondly for getting me onto Trovo, and I had entered 2 tournaments over there. We didn't win, we didn't get top 4, but we got 5th place. But it's
Hey, that's
cool because
huge though.
I got to play against like people like Bruv HD, Bazee,
Yeah.
all these big time players. Like when I got to that round, we had lost, but up to that point, it felt very cool because I was like, "Yo, I'm on a team. We're winning rounds. Like we're actually communicating." Like there was a point in time where I was trying to get into competitive, and it felt fantastic. It felt so
That's
cool.
awesome.
But ever since then, I've had the heroes fall into solo queue. So anyway.
I mean, we've all seen solo queue. It's okay, dude. We don't talk about solo queue.
Yeah, we just keep that
It's like a
quiet.
really bad
So
version of Fight Club. It
it's
exists.
a
We
really
don't
bad
talk about
version
it.
of Fight Club. So yeah, I had my fun on Trovo doing Trovo Titan NA tournaments. What was your experience
Yes.
like on Trovo for Pokemon Attica?
So I was like a teeny tiny itty bitty, hadn't done anything with streaming since like ancient history days of Twitch, right? And Phil was like, no, you got to do it. Like the money's good right now. They're actually paying you to play Unite. It was very much the same conversation that you had with Red Love. And I was like, all right, I'm going to do it. And my buddy let me borrow his laptop because at the time I did not have a computer. The laptop that I had was like a work laptop and it was not good. So I set it up, I got it streaming. It was passable, but it would crash at like the 3-hour mark. This thing would just overheat. It could not handle it. And I'm not even playing games on it. It's a gaming computer. It's a laptop. So it got a little toasty, it would burn out and crash. And actually it was Straw Baby Milk TTV and Kami Shuckle that helped me out to get an actual desktop computer, which is what I'm streaming on right now.
Okay.
And that was probably the only reason that I could get as far as I did, because I was at that point where I couldn't afford a computer, but I desperately needed to do something because my stream just kept crashing. So everybody would be like, "Oh, you're at about 3 hours," and I'm like, "Ooh."
Oh no, yeah. Oh
It was
shit.
a disaster. So it's something where it was really cool. It was a neat start. I had moved, of course, from Trovo to cross streaming on YouTube and Twitch, but Twitch just has such a good community that I got sucked into Twitch. And it finally got to the point where I'm like, I'm sick of trying to share my attention between 3 platforms. I want to be able to focus on one, do a really good job on one. And Twitch was by far the community that was like, come here, come stream with us. We love you. We've got cool emotes. We're cool people. And I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
I definitely got stolen over to Twitch, and I've regretted zero since then. Because I've had some of my YouTube people come over and be like, where'd you go? I'm like, no, come here. Like, you need to come over here. So I've stolen some of my YouTube people into Twitch, which I know everybody's going the opposite way right now, but whatever. I still think Twitch is the best streaming platform, as mad as we are at it. And yeah, that's the whole history of Attica's streaming. It's a very boring history, but you know.
No, not at all. That's pretty cool. You know, you had people who were in the community help you get to where you wanted to get, and now look at when you got the equipment, what you did with it, and how far you've gotten, and how far you're gonna go. I think that's pretty awesome to hear. I didn't know about that origin story. That's pretty sweet. Thank you for that.
No,
That is
I
awesome.
appreciate you. Shoot.
Before I get to our next connecting history, real quick, for those who may not know, listening to the podcast, you guys definitely got to come check us out on YouTube, especially for this next question I want to ask. Can you let people know who will and who are watching what kind of dog you have and what's the name of your dog?
So I actually have 2, but one is kind of hiding. So this one over here is Mako, and he's the little
Hi, Mako.
one that he's a cool little dude. He's got some issues, let's be real. He's the crazy one of the family, but he's real cute and I love him to bits. Got a little bit shorter fur, definitely a mix, but I pulled him from a shelter. It was his euthanasia day. I had a friend that worked in rescues, so my friend was like, hey, you should really take that dog that you were watching. I'm like, is it the day? And they were like, no, it's not the day. And I'm like, you're lying, bring the dog. And they're like, yeah, I was lying. It was actually his day to, not live another day. So he's stuck with me now forever because he hates other dogs and semi-hates people. We're getting past that. He's good. I trust him with everybody now. But oh my God, first thing he tried to do was kill my roommate when I brought him home.
Snap.
But I've had him for like 5 years now. He's good. He's very well trained. It just required some serious boot camp. And then my good boy that I've had forever. Hey, wanna come up?
The good boy.
This is the good boy. Come here. Come over here. I don't know if you guys can sort of see him.
Oh yeah.
But
Definitely can see him.
Cool. So this is Ink. I've had Ink since he was a little tiny fluffy puppy. Yeah, INK, like a tattoo.
Like Ink Zev, Unite player, Ink Zev.
Yep,
like
exactly. And when he showed up, he was like this little teeny tiny black cotton ball. And I'm like, that's my dog. And the breeder asked me why. Because all the other ones had their show stance and they just looked so beautiful and proper. And Ink was just like, Ink was the Fuecoco of the family. He just looked like an idiot. And I'm like, yo, that dog looks real dumb. I need that dog. I didn't tell the breeder that he looked dumb, but literally when I picked out the dog, he's like, why? And I was like, he's just, he's really cute. And the breeder just kind of looked at me and I'm like, don't worry about it. Let me get the dog, please. Like,
oh my goodness.
Dumb one. and I brought him home, and dude, the dog could barely walk. Like, dude would like fall over, and I'm like, oh my god, you're perfect. And I worked in a veterinary hospital, so it was just like,
Oh, okay,
it
yeah.
was fine.
It touched your
Any
soul.
health concerns I had, and he's a nightmare. So as far as health concerns, really good dog, absolutely perfect. But oh my god, but yeah, those are my babies. Those
So
my,
are they
my
both
kidlets.
huskies?
Yes, they're both huskies. The little one over here is definitely a mutt. He's got like Doberman and German Shepherd in him. I'm the weirdo that genetically tested him. And then this guy in the back is the actual purebred.
That's beautiful. We have a dog. Our dog name is Zelda. And
Oh my god, I love that.
yes. She's a husky. She has
Oh my god, what?
yeah, she has one eye that's blue and one eye that's brown.
I love that. Husky gang gang, what the heck?
Husky gang. Yep, that's another
You
another
need to show
thing.
me pictures.
Oh, definitely. Oh, I got you. That's another
got the
thing. When I
sled
saw your
team.
stream, I was like, oh, we do have a sled team. Oh,
Right?
shit.
We're ready. We're going. Iditarod,
Yo.
here we come.
When I saw your stream, I was like, oh my god. I was like, yo, she has a cool ass setup. Two, lights. I just love lights. I'm a lights kid.
Same.
And then I was like, oh, boomers. And then
Right?
I was
Big
like, she
time.
has huskies. I was like, I have a husky. I was like, yep, I gotta follow. Hang out here every chance I get. Literally,
You're
the
wonderful.
perfect person. Oh, we've got a supporter in Twitch. What we got here? Dunk Pika 01 Attica supporter with the follow. Thank you very much. I love that username. See, you talking about people don't know me. You have people out here making usernames. Hold on a
I
second.
mean, you know, I have
Hold
my,
on.
my stream crew that I love to bits, but see, I don't put TTV in my name. So a lot of the Unite community, unless they are streamers, they have no idea I exist, which is wonderful. Because a few of them that have figured it out, they're like, you're a bad player, you're a griefer. And I'm like, first of all, yes, I'm a griefer, but let me tell you why I made that decision. And then you get 10 minutes to cool down. And then if
Mhm.
you're cool, you don't get banned. They always
I
come
like
back cool,
that.
which is nice. Like
They always come
they
back cool? That's
vibe,
good.
they're chilling. They're like, okay, you're right. I'm like,
That's
you don't even
good.
have to tell me I'm right. Just don't be a jerk. Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Hey, real quick, shout out to Raina Moss and Squirrels Den in the chat. They were on the show in the past. Appreciate y'all. How you guys doing tonight? Squirrels Den saying what's up to Attica. Raina Moss says we don't talk about solo queue.
Squirtle. Hi. Y'all are
Oh,
wonderful,
man.
by the way. I've definitely been really big shout out to you guys.
Big shout out.
Squirrels,
Hey, thank you, Phoenix King. We got a lot of hype in chat. People, hey, see, you know, you're bringing all the hype out. Love this, man. I love this. So
I told my friends they had to be here or else. There was
They had to be
definitely
here or else?
a sort of gun to their head.
that's awesome. So to prove our husky love, we have
Yes.
calendars of huskies.
Yeah, you got to
to
flip that page though. Does that say October?
It does say October. Don't look at that. It's okay. Because we have another one over there that says November, but it's okay.
Perfect.
Remember, I was sick. I'm recovering.
Oh, this is true. This is true. You were too sick to flip the page. I feel you, dude. I feel you.
It's literally November 3rd. I gotta change that. Okay, so
It's like the delayed Twitter post that we were making fun of, but it's a real life calendar.
see, I'm so about digital that I just ignore anything paper. More reason they should hire me. You know, I'd be on top of that digital, but the paper, nah.
It's
we good.
true. Dang. You turned that right around. You're good.
Oh, hey, I did. Anyway, I won't get into my salesman. I won't get into my salesman pitch. But hey, I do want to get into this next thing that I think we can relate on. You used to play Hearthstone?
Yes, I used to play a little bit of Hearthstone. I was never good at it though.
So, what was your period in time? Was it like years? Was it months? What was you doing in Hearthstone?
It was months, and it was actually just because I was streaming. And basically my buddy was like, you need to be a streamer. And I'm like, first of all, I have no idea how to do this. And this was when Twitch was like a brand new thing. It was the ancient days. I should have stuck with it, actually. But anyways, I digress. So he's like, everybody's watching Hearthstone. You got to play Hearthstone. I'm like, I don't even like Hearthstone. Why would I play Hearthstone? I want to play WoW or like HOTS or something. He's like, no,
Oh,
everybody's
Here's
watching
a Storm?
Hearthstone.
Oh,
Right,
high five.
right.
Oh, what?
I was-
Sergeant
hey,
Hammer? Love
boom.
it. Yo,
High
that's my
five.
girl.
So I'm like, let me play HOTS. Let me play WoW. Let me play something I enjoy.
Mhm.
And he's like, no. You got to play Hearthstone. You got to make it big. And I'm like, all right, whatever. So I played Hearthstone, but the whole time I'd be playing Hearthstone on stream, first of all, my sound card just could not hack it. Like my computer is a theme for me, could not handle streaming. And I was trying to make it work. I was trying to troubleshoot, but it was actually just the sound card. There was just no way.
Yeah.
But I'd always have him like on my phone telling me what to do with my cards because I am not good at digital card games. You put me on like Yu-Gi-Oh IRL, at least in high school, and I just swept the floor. Like nobody could beat me. But you put me on a digital card game, and I'm just like, Uh,
Yeah,
so
Frozen.
yeah, so he was telling me how to play, and yeah, the moment I stopped streaming, I dropped that game. I was like,
Yeah.
no.
No, I feel you. I enjoy it, but I wanted to bring it
Mhm.
up because we were talking about the balance, Twitch streaming of
Yes.
the chat room. So
Yes. Oh my God.
when it
Yes.
came to Hearthstone, I I enjoyed it because those who may not know what it is, it's a card game, and it's a card game based on characters loosely based within the World of Warcraft and its own universe. So I would enjoy getting to the winning turn. For those who may not play card games, maybe you play chess or checkers or any game, and you know you're about to win. So they will give you a timer, and back then I think it was like a minute 20. They shorten it now. So I would take like basically everything up to 10 seconds, and I would just address the chat, talk to chat, do my cool guy spit, blah blah blah, bing, bing, boom, and be like, oh, by the way, bam, and like win the match. So
Oh
me
my
and
God.
Attica were talking about this because when it comes to Unite, like it's very different when you're playing
It's not
Unite
the same. Yeah.
and then you have a chat room up and you're trying to engage with chat, but then you're supposed to keep the same you're supposed to keep the same laser focus. And sometimes I've learned, you know what, if I'm gonna be really chatty tonight, I should just go to standard because there's gonna be times where out of nowhere there'll be a raid, and not to say that I expect raids, but I expect something crazy to happen whenever I stream, in the sense of like me getting caught off guard. So I would just
Mhm.
prefer to be in the standard format if it's available, because sometimes chat room do be flying. Like yesterday or earlier today, I was getting raids from Big Bud and Young CEO, and like prior
Oh,
to
I
that,
love them.
oh, they're awesome, yo. They're so cool. Love
Right.
them. I'm playing solo queue. Honestly, like I'm like a 3 game, 4 game win streak, just in my zone. Like, yeah, yeah, yeah. Whipping some behind. And then boom, boom, raids. And then now I'm just like, hey guys, hey, boom, trying to catch up, trying to keep the same energy and focus. But I got like, I got Mitch in
Impossible. It's
chat.
impossible.
I got different streamers, different viewers. I'm just like, nah, this ain't gonna work. So I was like, let me just fall back because trying to play competitive and like trying to play ranked and win ranked and Twitch chat, I feel is the hardest part when it comes to streaming Unite. But if I'm in casual standard games, I think that's way easier. I think it's way easier. I'm not sure. What do you think when you're playing like ranked games and trying to juggle chat? What do you find easier? Because we're all
I
different.
uh I think you're way nicer to your elo than I am. I will absolutely grief a match and read chat. It's not on purpose. Like I will think that I'm at a good point where I can read chat and not completely grief my team. And Godly in the chat box right now is well aware of this because he usually plays with me. Um,
Yeah.
so if I die, I'll start reading chat. Or my favorite moment that I was actually talking to you about a little earlier, Mike, is I was playing Garchomp on the old map, and we were at the Zap pit, and I was massively overleveled. I was doing great. I was vibing. I showed up to Zap like 10 seconds early. I'm like, I'm all set up, and the bottom left elbush, like I'm chilling. I got
Yeah.
no worries in my life.
Big
Just a
chilling.
giant Garchomp, just ready to dive in with my ground moves, of course,
Yeah.
ready to just earthquake everybody to
Mm-hmm.
oblivion. And I start reading chat because I'm like, I got 10 seconds. Like, what am I going to do with 10 seconds? Be bored? And if I get bored, I ADD and do something dumb and die. So
Uh-oh.
I'm looking away from the game at this point. I'm reading chat. And suddenly I look back down, and two of these enemy Pokemon are in there just beating the crap out of my Garchomp. I had like a fourth of my health bar left.
Oh.
And I have so many levels on these lads that I'm like, excuse me. Like the audacity of you guys to not only jump into this bush, but not run. Are you serious? So I
Damn.
tried to turn it around. I definitely wound up dying to the two, but I think I took one with me and my team got there. I don't remember if we won that game or not. But chat was just making fun of me, and I'm like, I was reading. You guys need to not be entertaining. I don't. And the amount of time I've face checked bushes, I'm like, oh yeah, I'll make it into that bush. I'm like running into a bush as Luca, but like not looking at the game. I'm just looking at chat. And next time I look down, I'm in base, and I'm like, what happened?
You're like,
That
oops.
bush clearly did not work out. It's just constant. So at this point, I'm like, could I be a better gamer? Yes, but then I would have to grief chat, and really, chat is the reason I still play this game. Like the Unite community is the reason I play this game. So I'll grief a couple elos, just a couple.
1,000% agree, because if I
Mhm.
wasn't streaming or making podcasts or any kind of Unite content, there's no freaking way in hell that I would be queuing into this game every single day. Ever. Actually, every single day. Ever.
They would have lost me at New Mime if I even made it that far.
Oh my
I'd have been
goodness.
like, wait, this meta's going on how long? Are you serious? I'm leaving.
Sylvia on main, stand up everywhere. Do you remember that first 12 hours? Killed it. Why did Mime get 2 weeks? I thought this was the season of Mew. I thought season 6 was supposed to be Mew's debut. Nah, Mr. Mime came out with his clown asses murking everybody.
Right, dude. Mr. Mime is still disgusting. Like,
Crazy.
I forget what Pokemon I was even on, but I should have easily taken... Oh, yeah, I was coming out as like a jungle Venusaur in the new meta, which, you know, Giga Drain, I'm abusing that, obviously.
Yeah, oh, obviously.
I can read chat and play Giga Drain at the same time. Blessing, we take these. So yeah, I'm coming out of the jungle, and this fool is like underleveled, and I still die. Or Josh, super rude gamer, by the way. I'm gonna take him out on stream right now because he just did this last night. Invaded my jungle while I was a tiny Bulbasaur and beat me up.
No
beat
way.
Me up.
Wait,
Same level.
Josh,
I couldn't contest anything. Yeah. Josh isn't in here, but if
Hold
Josh
on.
was in here,
I think I know that
I'm gonna
username.
drag Josh anyways.
Josh, is it like Josh Dorky? That one?
Yeah, it's that guy.
Yeah, we know Josh. Oh man.
Beat him up. He
Dang,
was just
Josh.
torturing me. He was killing me on cooldown in my jungle that whole game. I was like, help. I just screamed the whole game. I was like, ah!
That's too
no
funny.
winning.
Hey, you know what? I was just in shout out to Almost Mamba. I was just in Mamba's
Mamba.
stream before I came here. And I think Josh was in there.
Oh yeah, Josh is usually hanging out with Mamba. But I love Mamba to bits. Mamba would be nice. But,
you know what's crazy? No. You know what? I think Josh was telling that same story because when I saw your name in chat, like I said, you're known everywhere. When I saw your name in chat, I said to Mamba, oh snap, I got to dip because in 40 minutes, me and Attica are podcasting. Yeah, he was telling that story over there. Oh,
such a jerk.
Man.
You know who did the same thing to me that I'm also going to drag through the mud right now? I'm learning how to do jungle. I've played this game for over a year and I do not jungle, right? But I used to main Venusaur. So I'm taking Venusaur into jungle right now. I'm not leaving jungle with the randoms anymore. That's illegal. So I'm taking jungle. I'm taking my little Bulbasaur. I'm trying to learn. Freaking Dracu walks in and shoots me. Full-grown Decidueye coming at me in the jungle when I'm still a Bulbasaur. Like, the dude just melted the lane, became Decidueye, walks in, and I just looked at him. I'm like, he looks at me, no dancing, no nothing, no respect at all, just shoots me and walks away. And I'm like,
dance?
He didn't even dance. Like, at least dance with me first.
You got to do the friendship dance. I love doing that.
You got to do the little spin, and then you kill me. And then
when
I'm like,
all right, someone you know, and you run into them, do a little dance first, and then we battle.
Right.
You gotta dance.
Oh my god, wait, I wasn't even Bulbasaur, I was Gibble. He had hard owned our lane so bad.
Oh yeah, the Gibble shot.
My jungle gave me jungle. Yeah.
No, that kills that kills legendary. Yeah, he killed the Gibble. That's not fair.
A nightmare. Like a nightmare. I'm like gibbling into the jungle because my jungle's like, just go take jungle. You're so far behind. And I'm like, I'm a Gibble. I got this. Came in and just shot me. Which means later in the game I turned around and killed Eevee in cold blood because I thought she was gonna kill me too. And she was so you either die a hero or live long enough to become the villain. And
that's so true.
It's all Dracu's fault.
It's all Dracu's fault. I'm learning. It's all Dracu's fault. And anytime I go against what Eevee says, she comes at me, and then I just go, "It's Dracu's fault," and then we're friends again.
Dracu, 100%.
It's the magic quote. Because then
y'all
she's
heard
not
it
mad,
here, not first. Dracu's
and
fault.
effectively he's not mad. So it's like, oh, it's a win-win. I get it.
This is perfect.
I was playing the game like the other day when I got dragged into the waffle pancake war. I didn't know what I was doing. I got a raid at 2 a.m.
Pancakes,
and it was like,
by the way.
Of course, I was.
Hey.
Okay. So
that was too good.
So all right. Originally, pancake guy, right? Love it. But
you can just end the story right there. No. Hear me out. Stop.
Okay, I'll take your advice. All right, so back to the show notes.
Okay.
Pancake guy.
I do want to hear how you became a traitor, a waffle person.
Whoa. It's that I'm open to seeing the other side, right? So we had Kellosaurus and Kindred on the show, right? Shout out to Kello, she's awesome. Kindred's awesome. Kindred said over in England that waffles over there it's not just like breakfast with syrup. He said that they put
True.
like different items, different foods inside each of the squares in the waffles. And I'm
Mhm.
like, I'm living my life wrong. I gotta have more fun. Like he was talking about putting like I know he was talking about like a dinner kind of idea. So it might sound weird, but just work with me. So like one pocket could have like some turkey, one pocket could have potato, another could have gravy. He was like talking in that sense. And I was like,
Okay. Okay.
oh, I was like, yo, you're living life the right way. I was like, I'm just having it for breakfast. Like, I didn't know you could do that with waffles.
That's
So,
a good point. We're very uncultured with our breakfast items because they
so
can
uncultured.
be all food items. But hear me out.
hmm
Crepes.
I'm
Crepes
not
are
a,
literally the same thing. It's like a burrito. I mean, you could argue that a tortilla is a pancake.
really?
So I feel like pancakes just automatically win
Because you know I'm in the
because of
kitchen.
burritos.
So
See? Like those are kind of pancakes if you ask me.
they could be. Yo, we
They
just
could
upgraded
be.
this waffle pancake talk. Hold on. We got tortillas involved now,
Mhm.
mashed potatoes.
Because if we're going to talk about dinner waffles where you're putting like, I don't know, chicken and mashed potatoes and if you're putting
It's
like some
kindred.
nice savory stuff, that's just going to elevate tortillas to the pancake conversation.
Yeah.
Because pancakes, crepes, tortillas, it's all the same family. So I still
Yeah.
think pancakes win. I don't think it's a contest. I think we just win.
Of course, like you said, that's where the show actually cuts off when I say I'm a pancake guy, and that's the end of the episode. It's just like,
we end it there. Edited, ended, done.
yep, chop it and ship it. It's out.
Farrah would be so proud of you.
She would. She is, because I was like, you know what? Because I pulled back. I was like, whoa, you could do pancakes with strawberries. You could do
Yeah.
blueberries with the whipped cream, peaches, anything. I was talking my way out fast. I got back to 0. We're good.
You did so well. You
I'm
did
not
so
in
well.
trouble.
I'm so
It
proud.
was like
I'm
2 in the
impressed.
morning. I got raided. I got caught off guard. It was like Pharaoh, I saw Draco, I saw a bunch of names. I was just like, oh shit,
Mhm.
I gotta wake up.
You're like, good morning. Which side am I on? Hold on.
Yeah. Question about Unite. As we get closer to the end of the show, I want to know what's your favorite mode to play in. So when I ask this question, I'm asking, do you like solos, duos, trios, 5 stacks? I shouldn't have said mode because that makes it sound like standard or quick match. I apologize. I guess I should say, what's your preferred stack? Would you rather be in a 5, trio, duo, or solo?
Ooh. So this one, when the meta was solo top and Lucario, especially E-Speed Lucario was the meta, that was my very favorite time on the game.
Mm.
It was just so wonderful to have the whole top lane to myself. And even when I'd get diffed, like the first time I ran into Dilly and he killed me as a Gibble, we didn't know who Dilly was.
Yep.
And the entire rest of my team was actually pissed at me because they thought I was
shit.
just throwing and losing top lane to a Gibble. And I'm like, y'all, like, I know I'm not the best Lucario in the world, right? But I can't contest this Gibble. I can't stack. I can't last hit farm. This thing is like a god. It's not even a Gibble. Like, what is going on here? Like, I swear he's not even dropping stacks and there's no So I was like yelled at that whole match. I was put in timeout. I was told like I can't even play the game anymore. And then we figured out who he was. And they're like, oh, just kidding. You're fine, Attica. And I'm like,
psych, you could.
messed up. But besides that game, that was my favorite.
Okay.
Now I feel like I like all of it. I don't play 5 stacks anymore because we got hard diffed in the beginning on emblems. So I actually was the one that quit the 5 stack. I'm like, I'm not gonna go in during the brand new emblem meta.
That
And
is
it was
so smart.
right. And our jungler was the one that got diffed on emblems. Like he was just not lucky with the emblems.
Yeah.
So as a solo top laner, having a jungle that doesn't have the emblems, the other jungle would show up 10 seconds early and melt my face. And if your jungle is late, he's just also going to get melted, which means their top lane and their jungle, you have 2 jungles if your top lane and jungle are doing well.
Mm-hmm.
So I quit doing 5 stacks at that point, but that was definitely my favorite part of the game. Now, solo can be fun or a nightmare, but duos and trios, you can say the same thing. There are certain randoms that are uncarryable. There are certain randoms that are just god tier. So either way, it can be good, but I'm running into a lot of uncarryables. I don't even know.
I love that name you have for them. Uncarryables. Where's my air horn? I gotta drop an air horn real quick.
I mean, sometimes you just have to
Uncarryables.
look at it like you have a great team fight comp, right?
Yeah.
And there's 3 of you, so you win this. Like, you're going in with a level 15 Venusaur. Me. You have a supporter. You have a tank. You're doing great. Like, you have just swept the whole match, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're fighting in the Ray Pit. And why are you losing? Oh, well, your Zeraora just ran top to go score like 20 points. And
You mean 10?
your it could be 10. That's true. It's probably 10 points. It's
times
probably
2. I'm making fun of them. Yeah, sorry.
right. Like either way, you're just like, oh god. And I don't know, your random Eldegoss, who's never a healer, by the way, they're all attackers now. They will never heal you, even though they absolutely can. Is off like farming freaking lane farm, and
Yep.
you're like,
Just gardening. Like, Eldegoss, can you come out the garden? Come battle?
I'm like, hey, Giga Drain, Venusaur over here, like, just heal me once. Like, you just
Right.
need to save me during that one time that I get CC'd, and I will win for you. Like, just
The one time.
be here. And they're like, nah, you guys got this. And I'm like, so yeah, that's how these games go. But at least, you know, misery loves company, right? We're all miserable, and we all love each other to bits. So, is it connected? Maybe.
That's very true. That quote will
Uh-oh.
never ever change.
Am I muted,
you know?
or are you muted?
Oh no, I got you. No, that was me. I'm sorry. I was trying to cough.
I'm like, I can't.
I was trying to cough
no.
off the recording, and I wasn't fast enough to. I was boomer moment. I was like, come on, drag the mouse. I said when I'm coughing to the mic and be loud. I'm on the other end of this cold. Thank goodness. But yeah, man, I know Eldegoss got a buff, but we need you guys to come heal us, okay? If you're gonna pick the healer, come heal, cause I'm missing the Blissies. I miss the eggs. I haven't seen a Blissey since this patch came. Where'd they all go? I know it's just Cookie Dough and your support girlfriend, but where are the other Blissies? Like, there's got to be more than 2 in the lobby. I mean, 2 in the game.
So hear me out. I've seen one other Blissey that actually healed. Oh. But every single other Blissey I've gotten, and these were all Garchomp games, right? Where I'm sharing a lane with a Blissey, they actually try to last hit everything. Like, they're going up and taking all the farm. And then I'm going up to stack because I run the Dilly build. Because I mean, why am I not going to run the Dilly build? Have you seen Dilly? Yeah. So I need to stack. I'm double stacking. And Blissey's just back there, like, you know, just eating farm. It's totally fine. By the time she gets up to levels, this is fine. I'm like, she's going to heal me, right? Nope. Still last hitting all the farm on the map. Stays solo bot at Regieleki. Is never at any objectives or any team fights. Solo bots the whole game. It has still pretty good healing numbers because she's just healing herself the whole time. But those have been 90% of the Blissies I've seen are like, we're the offlaner. And I'm like, all I've played is Giga Dance and Dragon Moves Garchomp. And if you just Blissey, we win. Like,
seriously,
we just win. And they're like, no, you're fine. You don't need me. And I'm like, oh.
I just don't get in the character selection screen, if you're choosing Blissey, like, how can I word this? Is your mindset like, I'm about to carry this match?
Apparently.
But like not as the healer, assister, like you chose a support character. So like the base stats, I just never understand some people's train of thought when they like select a character, because some characters do certain things. And I don't get when these people pick healers. I was trying to find.
So hear me out.
Oh, it's over there.
What if they're colorblind and they think they're picking Snorlax?
You know what? They're waffle eaters.
Only defense. They're waffle eaters. Done.
Yep.
Done. It's decided.
Uncarryable waffle eaters. There we go. We figured it
Uncarryable
out.
waffle eaters. That's beautiful. That is officially every time I run into one of them now, I'm gonna be like, that's a waffle eater. It's uncarryable.
Look at me getting points with Pokemon Attica and Feral Eevee. Yes, Team Pancake, baby.
That's the way to do it, because we're both very aggressive. We're the ones that you want to be on the good side of. Like,
you know what? Fine. You know what? You're right. Let me stay behind you, like a Ninetales. Yeah, you guys be on the front line. Like, yeah, you don't want to mess with them.
That's perfect.
Cringe, uncarryable waffle eaters. Hey, what's going on? Is it Kazreya? How do you pronounce your name? What's going on? Kazreya says they're Blissey main also. Okay. Hey, you know what? I guess all the Blissies aren't gone. We just summoned one into Twitch chat. Welcome to the podcast. We got Attica on the show today, episode 9 of Surrender at 5. So
true. Kaz, love you, by the way. Thank you for Blisseying.
Yes, thank you for Blissey and Kaz. Keep it up. Keep inspiring others to Blissey, because these Eldergosses. You know what I'm gonna do tonight? I'm gonna hop on Blissey, because I know people pick Eldergoss. Now it's 2 supporters. Just to be that guy, because that's who I am. I want to help the team out. So
Do it. I would die for a 2 support game as Venusaur right now, or as Garchomp. I would actually probably switch off of Venusaur and be like, no, we're Garchomping.
yeah, that would be pretty sweet, yo. I have a fun question here that I've asked every guest, and I think it's pretty cool because at some point in time, I feel like one of the past guests is going to be right, and then we can highlight that. I can clip it out, put it on YouTube, make it a short, all kind of stuff. So here's the question. Future roster predictions. What are your guesses and predictions for 3 future Pokemon that will come to Unite? And Crobat doesn't count because we
I can't do Crobat anymore.
Okay.
It used to be on my dream list though. That was on the list because I love that Pokemon. And it's the perfect.
Because we old school, yeah, Generation 2.
Right. So I think they have to do Metagross at this point.
Oh, okay.
I think that's like a must because they're starting to bring out these really cool characters that we've been asking for. I think is like a player retention type move. So I bet you we're going to get a Metagross in the near future. I'm going to do a shout out to one of my viewers, Toad, and say Leavanny should be in the game. I don't think it's going to happen.
Leavanny.
But I think that would be really cool.
Oh my god, is that a grass type?
Yeah, it's like a grass bug. Super cool. Super underrated. So it would be like bringing out a Serena or a Greedent, like one of those, because they always pick a Pokemon that's just under the radar. And they pop that up there and they make it super OP. So we're like, oh my god, this is the coolest Pokemon ever. That is one thing I respect about Unite is they'll take a trash Pokemon from the games and be like,
Crustle.
no, watch this. Exactly. They brought in Crustle. Who knows anything about Crustle? And now we're all just like, hey, Crustle's never in a team fight unless it's Mike. Like, let's be real. Seriously. I feel like for a third one, I mean, we all know they're going to bring out another Eevee, so I'm not even going to guess as to that one. I hope it's Vaporeon or Umbreon. That would be my dream. But I do think they're going to bring in Togekiss too. Like, I think you kind of have to bring in Togekiss. Like, the Metagross Togekiss, those are the 2 that are like player retention, and then Leavanny would be a cool one for just like make a random Pokemon popular.
Yo, that's a cool idea. Togekiss, wow. I never thought about that. There's 3, right? Because, what is it? Togepi. What is it, baby? So it wouldn't
Togepi, right? Togetic, and then Togekiss. Yeah,
so it'd probably be like Togetic, then Togekiss. That's pretty sweet. It flies. It's a fairy type.
Yeah, it would be super neat.
Oh, man. I like that idea. Those are pretty sweet. I got those saved. I'm going to make sure.
Just in case I'm right. I won't be right. I can hope that I'm right, but I won't be right.
Hey, I'm really excited asking this question whenever I get guests on the show because at some point somebody's gonna be right, and then that can be that person's moment where they're like, on said date, said year, on said podcast, I called it.
I want to thank my parents and my chat box and for this wonderful award of being right.
Seriously. Oh, I think I found Leavanny. Oh, let's see. Let's put it on the screen real quick. That's pretty sweet. Okay.
Hey, Leavanny is not a bad-looking Pokemon. It's interesting.
Let's see. All right, Twitch chat. You guys see this right here? Leavanny. Look at that. That's pretty cool. I don't think I've watched whatever anime or season this one was in. It's literally like a grass leaf. Like, wow. Okay.
I'm sorry. And it's got that whole facial expression of like big head, no thoughts, and those are always really fun.
Big head, no thoughts.
That is, like, look at that face. It's a big head, no thoughts face.
Yeah, you're right.
It's just like.
Yep. Leavanny. I am Leavanny.
Exactly. That is the only thing going through that Pokemon's head is I am Leavanny.
So you said this is a grass bug? It's got to be, right? Yeah, grass bug
I think
type?
It's grass bug, yeah.
Yeah, look at that thing. That's pretty cool. For the longest time, I always thought Serena was a grass fighter. Come to find out, she's just a pure grass queen. And I was like, oh my god, Serena's so cool.
I agree too, because I still thought she was grass fighting.
Right?
Oops.
Yeah.
Right? She looks like a grass fighting Pokemon. Or like Grass Fairy, maybe, because she's all majestic and awesome. But like, what the heck? They griefed by just keeping her grass only.
Yeah, because one day I was doing a Unite character, like a monotype team graph. and I had mistakenly, I fixed it now. I had Serena and grass and fighting because I'm like, oh, we got Lucario, Buzzwole, and this one. And I was like, we got Serena, and they're like,
Right.
sir, Serena's only a grass type, and I was like, oh. I was like, oh damn, my bad. I'm sorry, because she just
You
be
got
stomping,
schooled.
stomping and triple axle. I'm like, how is that not
Right.
like what? Like,
I mean,
Sue,
she is the thick thighs, take lives Pokemon. That is a fighting type Pokemon. She's not
thank
vine
you.
whipping you, although that may be content that may be somewhere on the internet. Don't Google that. But she's definitely kicking people to death. I don't see her razor leafing though. If we want to play it a little more safe, there's no razor leaf, there's no Giga Drain, there's no leaf move. She's kicking you.
Yeah,
She's fighting.
she's got. They got to fix that. Like Charizard,
Yeah.
the original should have been a dragon. She should be fighting.
Right. What the
We'll
heck?
petition this because Elon Musk owns Twitter now, so we'll petition this on Twitter. He's got posts on
Yeah.
that. We'll make it happen.
Yeah. Hey Elon, pull some
Yeah.
strings. Go pay somebody. Serena needs to be fighting type too.
And if it doesn't happen, we'll just blame Draku. But real quick,
Blame Draco and the
before
waffle
we get out of
eaters.
here, let's show some love to Twitch chat. Let's see what we got going on here. Phoenix King was talking about one of our segments. They said, as a solo player, they hate playing as support. Their randoms always get them killed and under level. That sounds really tough. I do agree with that. That's
big time.
not a fun way to play the game when you're trying to be a support character and no one's really doing anything and you're dying and you're
Right.
level 8 at
Right.
Rayquaza. Like what?
Respect
don't
her
want that.
support players though. The fact that you guys still go in and do that, I won't even play support for an organized team. I hate playing support, so love you guys.
hmm I can't lie. I'm not like I'm a nice guy. Sometimes this small little petty angel, comes out of the sky on my shoulder. Because when I play support on teams and defender, I do so amazing where I set people up where we can just roll the lane.
they
And then
just
do you
don't
know what
it.
I hear during the match and after the match? Oh, what? That Cinder got 17 kills. Yo, Cinder carry. Hey, yo, that Glaceon did that thing. Hey. I'm just like, hey, bruh. I'm an attacker main. Where's the, hey, good job playing supporter because you know how to set us up because you play attacker, pat on the back. I'm like,
Right.
damn, I don't get no kind of love. So I've stopped playing supporter and defender because I'm petty and I don't get any kind of support.
All right, hear me out, Mike. Hear me out.
Yeah, what's up?
I have, this is not meant to be a self plug, but it's going to be for a
Oh,
second.
please.
The pinned tweet on my Twitter
Mhm.
is me getting a penta and a quadra, like really early.
Oh,
You want to know who I shout out in those clips?
you.
My defenders.
Oh, damn. Listen to me.
Because right, you'd think, right? And that's the whole reason I did this. I have not posted any other penta or anything else that I've gotten. I've never done any
Excuse me.
content like this. I was playing Azumarill.
Yeah.
The first part is the penta, and my guy that comes in and plays defender, he's Karma Kecleon in game.
Mhm.
He literally runs in his Mamo, stuns every single person off the Regieleki, and I just get to go in and kill him. And he just keeps stunning them and keeps pushing them, and I just keep dancing around him. We kill the entire team. There's the penta, right? And we
Hell
go from
yeah.
Regieleki to Ray, and we win. The next one is a Quadra, super early game. It's first Lecky, right? Godly, who was in chat a second ago, he's
Oh,
on
Godly.
Trevenant. This fool CCs everybody for like 30 years. I start killing him, I'm killing him. Godly dies. So I'm screaming, thinking that we're all gonna die. I get to
Yeah.
finish off the last two, but you know what? Those plays would have never happened if it wasn't for those defenders.
Yo.
And we had a Hoopa too in that
Oh.
last one. And he was trying to get the whole team up. He got everybody but one guy. And you can hear him like crying, trying to get this last guy to come up because it's a rando. But I mean, you got to shout out your supporters and your defenders because the carries cannot do their job if they're not set up properly. Like, I'll just die. And I will actually go in and just die. I will run it down.
Love to hear that. Because I won't lie, like I said before, I do get bored playing some characters. So when I'm in that mood, like, I want to play supporter and defender, but it's like I know in about 3 games, one game, in about 3 games,
One
that
game.
these randoms or somebody's gonna do something silly, and I'm gonna be sitting here with one goal left. You know, the other 3 are smoldering in flame, just like the map is obliterated, and I got 1 goal left, and I'm just like a slow bro, like, duh, like, what did you say? A face with no thoughts? Like, that's me as a supporter defender. I'm just like, well, what do we do now? Like, because everyone's just
Big head,
doing,
no thoughts character.
like, what do we do now? So I'm just like, you know what, man? Like, god damn it. So I have not
Oh,
touched slow
God.
bro in a while, but I do have a nice win rate on it because there was a point in time where I was getting a bunch of wins with it, and
Mhm,
then
mhm.
that started to happen where they would just like not the not give me credit part, but the people starting to not appreciate the defender. So
100%.
I was like, if I ever get into a conversation of win rates one day, I'm like, you know what? I got this one character because every other character
Right?
win rate is trash. Oh my
Exactly. It's
god.
because everybody just wants to play AD carry all
Mm-hmm.
game. Like, you give
Yep.
me one defender, you give me one supporter, holy crap, that's probably a win. Because
It
the other
really
team
is.
is going to be all squishy attackers because they want those 17 kills and be like, I did like 100,000 damage. And I'm like, the damage
Mm-hmm.
numbers don't matter. I'll
They
tell
don't.
you that right now. They don't matter.
There are two streamers that I enjoy very much as we get out of here. Pika and Narg Dev. And the reason I
Yes.
enjoy them because they're wholesome, good people. And when I
Mhm.
say wholesome, like, well, I'll cuss. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about
Yeah, that
they
doesn't count.
won't let like the game tilt affect their real life, and that's just their personality. This isn't them trying to be that way to keep their stream up, and
Right,
I
right.
enjoy that very much. And one thing I really do enjoy with them, I've been playing with them in the past 2 weeks more, is like when I listen to them get into queues with each other. Let's say I'll play Pika. He'll be like, "Hey Narg, what do you want to take? Attacker, or supporter?" Like like that's the start of their conversation. Could you imagine?
So cool.
Could you imagine what the rest of these randoms in the community would be like if like folks would think that way? Like one of them will pick attacker, one will pick supporter, and they're helping each other out.
Right.
Like
Right.
that's their MO from the right out the gate. Like so shout out to Pika and Nargdev. Like it's so cool to watch them and listen to them play, man. Like I love it. It's so cool.
Absolutely. But I think that's the community's fault too, because like you said, everybody looks at the damage numbers and the kills and they're like, wow. And it's like, no, you need to look at how many times did that defender stun everybody and save
Mm-hmm.
your butt. Like, how many times did that Cinder get out of that situation because
Yeah.
the defender was there? How
This
many
ain't
times
Call
did
of
that
Duty.
healer keep alive? Right,
I
right.
never
Exactly.
understood the people obsessed with kills and damage numbers because there's no KDA, like there's no kill to death ratio, there's no, you know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
I was like that aspect, it's just kind of like I hear over and over and over and over for the past year, and I'm just like, how come I can never get away from that?
It's
Everywhere
a
I go,
nightmare.
people talk about it, and it's like, but there are points in the game, like ready? I gotta get this screenshot so I can prove it to you. Last night or the night before, I was playing Scissor or Delphox, and this will sound crazy, but I had 3 kills and 3
hmm
assists. I did 96,000 damage.
hmm
We won the match, but I'm like, you know what? I already knew it because it's not Call of Duty, but this right here will be the screenshot that'll just prove like you don't need to get 17, 35 kills. Like you can work,
Right. You don't.
move as a unit, and win the match. My goal
Exactly.
is to win. That's my
Yeah,
objective, you
right?
know?
I want the dub. I don't care what my stats look like. Let us win. Some of my best games in on the Zapdos map were like 30,000 damage Luca games.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I wasn't just running it down all game. I was last hitting objectives. I was scoring when I needed to. I was there for the fights when I needed to be, and I had some kills to my name.
Right.
But I was only doing stuff that mattered. And I've noticed since everybody's asking, what's your damage? Look at your damage, look at your damage. I'm playing worse because that's the content people want to see is the damage numbers, right? And I'm like,
Right.
this is not it. I don't care if I'm team fighting the whole time. I need to be securing objectives. I need to be in places that I need to be at. So it's our fault as a community. We look at the damage numbers, we look at the kills, we get stars in our eyes when really that's not the win
Mm-mm.
con at all.
It really isn't. You gotta score to win, first of all. So I'm trying to score. I'm really trying to score.
Exactly.
I love getting scores in. I love when you can see on the map, like if there's like let's say we get Regieleki,
Mhm.
and then now they're all trying to fight it. For me, it's like break. I'm running to the bottom lane and I'm looking
Right,
to
split push.
score.
Mhm.
I love doing that. I just love scoring. I won't run in and die for scores, but I'm just so focused on ever since this new map came out, and a
And
little
for
bit in the
stacks,
past.
oh well.
Hey, Sanji told me hey, he said we're sprinters. You know,
We're
he said
sprinters,
we're
exactly.
sprinters. You know, I'm a runner, I'm a track star. You know, I'm a sprinter, so we got to get.
Have you seen his Sanji sprint emote? Best emote
Yes,
on Twitch.
yes, it is.
Best
Yes,
emote.
it is. That emote is fire. I actually, for the first time, saw it today because I had heard
So
about
good.
it, chatted about it, but I saw it today, and I was like, oh, I gotta get that, man. I gotta get that shit.
It is so good. The
Love
first time
it.
I saw it, I was at work and I started laughing, and my coworkers were like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Nothing." Like turning off the stream on my phone, like,
Nothing at all.
so
You
good.
wouldn't get it. Don't worry.
Right, exactly. I'm like, you would totally not understand.
Yeah. Hey, so I want to thank you for coming on the show. I know I went
Thank
kind
you.
of past the time. It's 1:09 a.m. over here.
Oh, it's fine. Everybody knows where I'm at, so I'm
Hey,
here
that's
as
true.
long as you like.
But I was gonna say I really appreciate you coming through, doing the podcast, even though we had to put off for a week. But it was cool to get you on the show, pick your brain, um, hear about the origin story, different games you had played, water polo. First of all, I didn't know about water polo and how dangerous it is. So
Me and
now we
water.
know. That's crazy right there in itself. So before we get out of here, I would like for you to let the audience know where they can find you online and your content.
Oh, that's fair. So if you guys want to watch me do dumb stuff on Pokemon Unite, you can find me on Twitch at Pokemon Attica. So just right here, my name's in the chat box and everything. Honestly, all of the social medias, it's at Pokemon Attica. I kept it really simple. PKMN ATTICA. That's where I'm at. And if you see anybody impersonating me, that's totally fine. They can do that.
They can do that. Oh snap! Not like that person on Twitter. You seen Feral Evie? They got a
Yes, yes.
account banned.
Yep.
I was like, hey man, I was funny in that thread. I was like, now that Elon Musk owns Twitter, he said he will not let Twitter become a hellscape. So we need Elon to get
There you
Feral
go.
her tag back. You know?
Yeah, that's his first act as the president of Twitter.
Yes. um, hey, real quick, because I was doing some research. You know me, the research, the podcaster. I saw that you have a YouTube channel. Will you
I do.
be
Yes.
using it in any capacity, or is it just there for now because you used to use it?
So I did used to cross stream. My goal is to probably make it like a YouTube Shorts style channel and share that with TikTok. So everybody, wherever people prefer to watch their
Ooh.
content, I'll have shorts for both of them. But ideally, too, I mean, I never really got to the play level in Unite to really make like the "this is how you do this" type of thing. But that was kind of my dream for a while. Is like I'll make the very basic, just top level game, or not top level I should say, but just kind of beginner level, like this is how you do this, this is what you should know, here's like a 5-minute clip telling you how to play the game. But Sanji did a really good job.
Oh shit.
He's got that video too, and I'm like, that's exactly what I wanted to do, so go off. So at this point, I don't know if I'll ever do full-length videos, but definitely, especially with Scarlet and Violet coming out, I clip all my little shiny clips, so I'll just keep clipping those. I'll keep editing those, just little reactions and stuff like that. If I
Yeah.
ever get more free time in my life, I'd love to edit videos. I do absolutely love the idea of YouTube, but I'm tragic and kind of get lost in the IRL when I'm not on stream.
Oh, totally understand. Totally understand that. But yeah, no pressure. I just wanted to ask because I did some research.
Yeah.
Because I actually, for the first time tonight, I used my community channel on my YouTube and I made a post on YouTube. And I was like, oh, wow.
I
So
got
I
a
wanted to,
notification about that. I was like, ooh,
oh,
posts are a thing. Look at that.
yeah. Because I was like, I
Fancy.
typed your name at first and I was like, hold on, Mr. Social Media Marketer in the past. Let me go look on YouTube to see if she has a channel. And I saw 400 plus subs. And I was like, oh, let me go back, edit the description, put the @ symbol, and it tagged your name.
Aw, you're
And I
too
was like,
sweet.
I just want to,
I
be
dropped you a
thorough.
little like on there too. I was like, thumbs up.
Appreciate that. As my mama taught me, be thorough. I'm saying? If you start something, go all the way through with it. So I want to make sure, do the research, and I found your YouTube, so I tagged it to it. So wanted to get that
You're
in
too
there.
sweet. You're too good.
I appreciate you. So everybody knows you're Pokemon Attica across all brands. I would like to ask, what is your Twitch schedule so folks who are listening to the podcast can apply that to their streaming, watching hours, and try to jump in? Do you have specific days and times?
Kind of, sort of, yeah. I try to go live every single day, and it's at 10 p.m. Pacific. If I'm going to be a little late or a little early, I will always post my go lives on Instagram, actually Facebook, although I don't really do much with Facebook, but Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and of course I post on my Discord as well, which is also Pokemon Attica. So
Love it.
either way, if you're searching PKMN Attica, I will pop up.
You've cornered the market. I love that.
Stole it all.
So It's 10:13 for you now. Will you be going live on Twitch pretty soon? Am I cutting into your stream hours?
Absolutely. No,
Oh my
no, it's
God.
all good either way. Honestly, I'm always late for my own stream. That's kind of my my aesthetic, is being late for everything. So, but after this, yeah, I will be doing probably a short stream because I do have a crazy day at work tomorrow, but on the weekends I do my long streams too. So, short streams all day through the week, and that's the 10 p.m. onwards, and then long streams on the weekends.
Sounds fantastic. Hey, we'll be in there. So let me say thank you very much for being on the podcast, episode 9 of Surrender at 5. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thank you. It was actually like the most exciting thing. I've been looking forward to this for ages. So I appreciate the invite. I appreciate you having me. You are amazing. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. I love hearing that because, like, I've been hearing that from the past guests, and I'm just, of course, going into the show, I'm really excited, and leaving the show, I'm even more excited. But for everyone to say back to me and give me good feedback, like, I got a DM from Sanji, and he's like, "Yo, man, that show is fire," and I'm just like, "Oh my god, a Sanji DM,
Right? It's like, wait,
he liked it. Oh shit, you know what I'm saying?"
Well,
and now
see,
you're
we're
saying you
sitting
like
here
it.
like, he wants to invite me. Like, I'm gonna go on a podcast. I was super fangirling and nerding out. So,
Love
that's how
it.
I do.
This is pretty cool. And you know what? One last thing before we get out of here, because I can just talk forever. In the past, on different shows, when it came time for Black History Month or Women's Month, I always angled the shows to have those specific guests on. It would be sweet if I could get you, Kello, Feral Evie, Alexia. We have Nursey coming on soon. When it comes time,
Heck
and get
yeah.
a woman's cast on, because I
Absolutely.
like to push that envelope, being a person of color, because I fully believe everyone should have equal rights. But I fully believe if we have people of color and men in general push that envelope, I think it makes it easier for everyone. So it's always been a goal of mine in the back end, is to make sure I'm really inclusive. And you can probably see in these past episodes, I've always tried to make sure there's a woman on the show, if not two. I really have made that an effort. So if you'd be down for that when March comes, that'd be so cool.
I would be honored. Not just down for it. I'm stoked. I'm looking forward to it already.
Hell yeah. I mean, assuming Pokemon Unite is doing great, it could be Scarlet Violet. It doesn't matter. We'll do it. We'll get everyone together.
It could be whatever. I mean, I'll just show up.
Because you're Pokemon Attica, so it's Pokemon. Love that brand.
Hey, any game that I'm playing, honostly, I'll just show something out too. I'll be like, hey, you're cool. I'll just chat.
You said I'll show up and talk your ear off? You're funny. All right, good times. So Sanji told me I got to change my outro because these surrenders in this game is getting ridiculous out here.
Oh my god! Like,
it's getting
delete
crazy.
Surrenders from the game.
It's getting crazy. Like we made the
show
name.
Game. Why are we surrendering?
I don't get it. Like
it's supposed to be a joke. Surrender at 5. That's a joke. Don't actually do that.
They're actually doing it. It's like, I would hate to play a quick match because I don't know if you could surrender in it, but they probably would. I don't know.
They'll figure it out. They'll make a way. It's ridiculous.
They'll make a way. But yo, once again, thank you, Pokemon Attica, for coming on the show. And shout out to everybody who was in Twitch chat tonight. Kaz, we got Tricky Time Tree. See Dunk Pika, Attica supporter. We have Pokemon Jason. I appreciate everybody. And Godly. Don't want to forget Godly. Because when I see you guys over in Attica stream, don't say, hey, he didn't shout us out. I'm shouting you guys out. I love the community. So you guys can find me online. On Twitter, I am Mike Lowry Pod. On YouTube, we are Mike Lowry, same as Twitch. For the podcast here, you can find us at Surrender at 5 Pod. We are on Apple, Spreaker. I'm not sure if folks listen to Spreaker, but if you are, hey Spreaker. Apple, Spreaker, Spotify. We are also on YouTube. We have all the episodes on YouTube. I really appreciate you guys supporting us. And since Sanji told me I need to make a new outro, I'm no longer going to give the outro because these surrenders are just getting crazy out there. So
True.
When you see us online, rotate to objectives and do not surrender. All right? That's the new outro. Yeah. Rotate and don't surrender. All right, let's go.